Hey, what is going on, guys? So today we're checking out the PlayArts Kai Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Aerith. So this is a pretty nice figure. It came out around 2018 and it was the first Aerith figure that PlayArts Kai ever made. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy the review and let's get into it. Alright, stay tuned guys. Okay, so let's take a look at the packaging. So on the front we have a pretty nice photo of the figure itself, and down here we have the Crisis Core and PlayArts Kai logos. So on the sides of the box we have once again the name of the game. Very nice design, I must say. And on the back we have a couple nice screenshots of the figure itself in various poses. Okay, so here's the inside of the box, and once again we have a nice photo of the figure itself. And down here we have a little bit of text just about the character and the game. So if you guys want to read that, then feel free to pause and read. And over here we have a nice window display to showcase the figure inside the box with all the accessories. Okay, so this is a quick look at my entire PlayArts Kai Final Fantasy VII Advent Children and Remake collection. So these are all the figures that I have. So I do have all the figures for the most part, and I'm gonna have a review of every single figure here. So if you guys want to check it out, then it will be on the channel. But yeah, right here we have Aerith. So as you can see, I've got her displayed beside Cloud Strife, Sephiroth, Tifa, and Yuffie. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy the review, and let's take a closer look at Aerith. Stay tuned guys. Okay, so let's take a look at the figure, and let's check out the head sculpts. So I love this head sculpt with the eyes closed. This is the alternate head sculpt. But you know, I think this head sculpt looks a lot better compared to the standard head sculpt with the eyes open. I don't know, I just think this head sculpt has a lot of emotion. She looks very sad here. I mean, it's a very sad scene in the game, so it's to be expected. But I mean, this is just the perfect pose for this figure, in my opinion, with the hands crossed over like this. So yeah, this is how I display the figure like 99.9% of the time. It's just such a nice pose for the figure and it looks great. You can see all the detailing in the hairpiece, and the hands are really nicely sculpted, which are folded over like this. So yeah, this is how this head sculpt looks with the eyes closed. I just want to give you guys a quick look before I switch over the head sculpts. Okay, so now we've switched over to the standard head sculpts with the eyes open. I just thought this would be a better way to display the figure, just to give you guys a better look at the figure itself with the hands at her side here. So as you can see, her eyes are painted a very bright green, which I think looks great. It's a very vibrant paint job and it really makes her eyes stand out. She looks very youthful here, like a much younger version of the character. And here we have the hairpiece. PlayArts Kai always seem to do a very nice job at the sculpting on the hairpiece. Even the paint job is quite nicely done as well. I'm moving down here to the chest piece on the figure. She even has the necklace piece sculpted around the neck, which of course is sculpted onto the figure. It's not a separate piece. So as you can see, she's wearing this red jacket piece, which is a pretty iconic trait of the character. But yeah, it's pretty nicely done. You can see all the stitching work sculpted at the side here. And here's a look at the arm with the pretty exposed ball hinge joint in there, as to be expected with these PlayArts Kai figures. And here we have the other arm. And of course we have this pink dress piece. Once again, a very iconic trait on this character. But yeah, we have all these nice flowing details, like all the folds and creases sculpted in there. It's also got a very nice paint job. It's very light. And it's also split into two pieces, as you guys can see, just to help out with the articulation. And here's a look at the boots. Okay, so this is the side of the figure and we have a nice profile of the face. The paint job is really nice here. It's very dark, but there are different shades of hair tones in there. And this is the jacket piece. All the stitching work, the belt and buckles sculpted in there. Yeah, it's just overall a very nice design for this character. It's always been one of my favorites. I mean, this is such an iconic character. I'm just super happy that they finally made the remake for this game. And this is the figure from the other side. So once again, we have a nice look at the profile of her face. And the ponytail here at the back, which is actually held in place by a ball hinge joints. And moving down here, I mean, it's pretty much the exact same. Once again, we have the red jacket piece, these here bracelets around her wrists, and the pink dress piece, which kind of folds out like this. Gives a nice sense of movement. And of course, the boots once again. And the figure from the back, and we have a nice look at the hairpiece, just to appreciate all the sculpting work that's gone into the hair. We have this bow tie at the top. So here's a look at the back of the jacket piece, the red jacket piece, and the back of the dress. She's a bit more thicker, I would say, compared to how she looked in the game. But anyhow, here's a look at the bottom of the feet. And so here's how she looks holding the staff, just in case you guys wanted to check it out. So yeah, it's a very tight grip in her hand, so it doesn't feel like she's gonna, drop the staff anytime soon. But here's a look at the staff piece itself. I mean, it is a pretty simple design. It's really not too intricate, but it seems like we have this here materia piece on the handle of the staff piece. Same goes down here. So it looks like we have two materia embedded into this staff piece. Maybe actually, I think we actually have two more to the side I didn't even realize. So I think we have 4 materia, which is pretty interesting. And here we have the bottom of the staff piece itself. And it does split into 2 pieces. So you have to insert it into her hands manually. So yeah, that's a look at how the figure holds the staff. Okay, so this is a quick look at the accessories. So the figure comes with quite a few pairs of hands. We have this here staff piece, and then we have the actual head sculpts. Of course we have the figure itself, and we have the packaging with the display stand inside the box. So overall, quite a nice variety of accessories. Okay, so just a quick look at the female characters from the original Play Arts Kai Final Fantasy VII line. So of course we have Yuffie, and we have Aerith and Tifa. So as you can see, Yuffie is by far the shortest figure out of the group. I mean, she's so much shorter compared to Tifa. So I don't know if this is accurate or not, but yeah, here's a look at the figures, just so you can see the height difference between all 3 of them. So yeah, these are the original figures, not counting the remake Tifa or Aerith. And just a quick close-up on the head sculpts. So we have Yuffie with all this materia. This is probably one of my favorite figures out of the AC line. I just really don't know why they haven't remade Yuffie yet. I mean, it's such a great figure, such a great character. They really need to remake this figure. But anyhow, we have Aerith. Very, very nice piece. And of course we have Tifa. Another nice figure, but not the best head sculpts. It just seems like they always struggle with the head sculpts on Tifa. Okay, so this is a look at the articulation for the figure. So overall, the figure's got pretty decent articulation, although it is a bit restricted at the leg piece, even with this here like splits on the dress. But anyhow, let's begin with the head sculpt. So as for the head sculpt, she has a single ball joint in there. Usually these figures have like a ball joint at the head and a ball joint at the base of the neck, but this figure only has 1 ball joint. As for this here ponytail piece, it's held in place by like a ball hinge joint, it seems to be. And it's also kind of like bendy, as you guys can see, it kind of bends. So as for the shoulder piece, we have these ball hinge joints. I also must mention, this here jacket piece is also kind of bendy. Pretty cool. And we have, seems to be a swivel at the biceps. We have ball hinge joints at the elbows and ball hinge joints at the wrists. So inside the torso piece, we have a ball joint in there. This is quite a nice joint. It does move actually quite a bit. So as you guys would expect, once again, this here piece is made out of a softer piece of plastic. And so as for the joints here, I mean, I can't even really move the joints inside the legs. Seems like we have a ball ratchet joints at the hips. I'm guessing we have like ball hinge joints at the knees, and ball hinge joints at the ankles, and a hinge joint at the toes. So I mean, overall it's got pretty decent articulation, but just the legs are pretty restricted. Okay, so that was a look at the Play Arts Kai, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Aerith. So yes guys, pretty nice piece. I mean, if you guys are a big fan of the character, then I would say go on ahead and pick this figure up. So be sure to ring that bell notification so you guys don't miss out on all these reviews. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, stay safe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Alright, take it easy guys.